I'm Hoarder Gamer, and today we are going to be talking about Dark Knight's Metal Issue 4. Okay, I've reviewed a lot of the other books in the Metal series, some of them in my comic book series Comicus, and yeah, we looked at issues 1 through 3 of Metal in different chapters of Comicus, as well as the one-shots based on the dark versions of Batman. And Dark Knight's Metal 4 is continuing the awesome streak of quality that Metal as a series has shown us. Honestly, I know it's hyperbole, but I think it's possibly one of the best. It sounds like hyperbole. I don't actually think it is. It's honestly one of the best crossovers or miniseries I've read in a long time, possibly ever. It is so good. Scott Snyder spent so much time and effort putting these things together that when you're reading issue 4, your mind at times is blown. And usually I have that in like its case and everything, but in here I'm going to have to look at a couple things to remember certain amazing details of the book. And obviously I'm not trying to give you all the spoilers for it, just give you a basic idea. So, in the Dreaming is a massive library with every story written and never written. Stories that if you were to speak them aloud, the entire library could burst into flames. And the entire Dreaming as a whole. This issue is told as a story that Dream is reading. Now this isn't Morpheus, the original version of Dream. This is Daniel, from Sandman, who took over the mantle of the Dreaming as the Lord of Dreams. And Maniac, it's good to see you. How you doing, Maniac? So basically, it's all about that, and it starts off with this great scene of Batman in the Dark Multiverse, and he's there to free Superman. Superman is being used as a battery to power the Dark Multiverse. So, there's this awesome scene where it looks like Superman, the other Supermen, I guess, because they're different versions of Superman, are coming to save Bruce, and he's like, no, I'm here to save the real Superman, and none of you are Superman. You are nightmares. The nightmares of what Superman thinks he could do, but would never ever do. So basically, Bruce fights them by creating a nightmare for them, which is this insane, almost Infinity Gauntlet type weapon that has every kryptonite on it, called the Five-Finger Death Punch. That's what Bruce calls it. But it's also used in like different movies and comics and things like that. But it's awesome because it's every finger is attuned to a certain type of kryptonite, and he's about ready to lay waste to these Superman nightmares. And then he realizes that a few issues back, Dream told him to call his name in the place of the Black Sun, which Bruce realizes is the Dark Multiverse. So once he does that, he's whisked away into the Dreaming, where he can speak with Daniel. And Daniel gives him the most powerful weapon in the world. A story. That story, that's why I have the book open right now, I'm actually going to go to that page real quick here, is pretty mind-blowing. It basically mentions the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor and something known as the Dragon. So all these pieces, all these amazing, wonderful pieces of Metal are coming together and really making sense and really having this power and energy to them, just like the Nth Metal itself. It's very, very impressive. So that part there is just awesome stuff. That's just really great stuff right there. Well, there's other things going on. So Aquaman and Deathstroke are in Atlantis. Deathstroke does something he shouldn't, basically does something where he'd be banished from Atlantis for all time, but he finds another area underneath Atlantis. So, thumbs up, Deathstroke. Thumbs up. And Wonder Woman and Dr. Fate are out investigating another area, and they realize that a good friend of theirs is basically not what they appeared to be, and they get a very, very frightening surprise from them, as well as a cosmic being, as Daniel says. Daniel mentions to Batman and Superman that a cosmic being is involved in this too, and they are unknown to him. Well, we find out who that is. We also find out who the dragon is, also mentioned in the story of Monitor and Anti-Monitor, and that was a pretty huge surprise too. Really a great book, really good. There's this awesome scene in Lucian's library, Lucian, the caretaker of Dream's library, where books are starting to burn, which is this nightmare scenario you would never want in the Dreaming. But yeah, very good. This is issue 4 of 6. Again, super strong stuff, man. If you like Batman, you must be reading this. If you like Superman and the Justice League, you should definitely be reading this. Vertigo books. Sandman seems to be a big part of it now. It's so good. It honestly just awesome. I feel it's better than, and this is not me poking fun at Marvel, this is better than Civil War 2. This is better than Secret Empire. This is just such quality that this should get people back into comics if they've stopped reading. It's that damn good. I won't lie to you, there's some heavy lifting because there's a lot of things it's covering and putting all these disparate elements together to something greater. And as you read it all, it starts making much, much more sense. But yes, I understand there's a lot to take in here. Quite a bit. But I highly recommend this. I've looked at, I believe, 3 books that came out like this week. This is the book that I say you just have to get. This is just fantastic. $3.99 from DC Comics. Has like 3 or 4 covers. That's the one I went with because I like the whole silver looking version of Daniel right there. The Dream, also known as Daniel right there. Because Morpheus is a different version of Dream. It's complicated. Neil Gaiman has this amazing comic book called Sandman. I want to say it went on for maybe 8 to 10 years. It's complicated. Well, this isn't the original Sandman of the Dreaming. This is Daniel who took his place. So, okay. Before I start rambling, I want to thank you all for watching. You've been awesome, whether you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube. I put these on YouTube roughly about 24 hours after they hit Twitch. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Maniac Phantom, anyone else that was watching. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.